Asking for the church back, demanding that it be put in the same condition that it was before the city took it over.
Today, the building is sealed, but at the time of our first report, we found evidence of prostitution and drug use and violence and what amounts to a shell of an apartment building. It's a building the city paid more than $250,000 for, despite the fact it was appraised at $140,000. The deal was done through the Community Redevelopment Agency, which says the goal is to one day develop it into a home for artists. Leo Casino thinks it belongs to the members of the community, like Willie Kemmerlin and Takreen Collins, who once lived at the Mission.
Nobody don't care about the people that's on the street. It's a sad thing, you know.
And to just have this stolen from us, you know, it's an abomination. There's been many nights that I haven't been able to sleep just thinking about this.
It's not likely the lawsuit will keep anyone from the city up nights. Leo Casino is acting as his own lawyer. But state and federal authorities have subpoenaed records of the transaction, and that could cause some to lose sleep over the Overtown deal. Carmel Cafaro, 7 News.
Well, if you've got a story for Carmel, go ahead and give her a ring at 305-627-CLUE, or if you're in Broward, 954-921-CLUE, or you can always use technology and
in the yellow suit, a man shot 6 times. That's the focus of this very special edition of Herald Hour.
It used to be burn, baby, burn. But now it's gotten wackier than that. And so people are talking about using nuclear bombs.
Hey, let's do this. Oklahoma City was a sock hop. We going to the prom. Let's make the White House the Black House, the new black nation.
Our flag ain't red, white, and blue. It's red, black, and green.
The red is for the blood we're gonna spill. The black is for our skins. But the green is for the money we're gonna make.
Hey, let's sync up. 0-100 hours starting now. You know what to do. Let's do it.
Police in this town have tried to kill me. I had them to drag me around on the floor by my hair. And I had them to stick ammonia pellets in my nose and plug up my nose. And I think, as old as I am, that they really wanted to see me die.
He was a good man.
Everybody around here knew and loved him. And he was like a grandfather to all the children. All of us.
You didn't deserve that to happen to you.
How old was he?
75.
Leo Casino.
Good evening. My name is Leo Casino, and I've been a resident of the city of Miami for approximately 35 years. I'd like to open up by saying that today is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I marched with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I was in Birmingham in '64. I was at the March on Washington. I've lived through riots in Pittsburgh, LA, and the numerous ones we've had here in Miami. And one thing that I witnessed, I was videotaping, is my job. I'm a musician, but I'm also an investigative reporter. I took my video camera out there because I thought I might be able to get some footage, some historic footage. And what I witnessed, it was dumbfounding. I've been bitten by dogs. I've been beaten in the head with billy clubs, been shot at, been handcuffed, hog-tied in the back of a police car for 3 or 4 hours, the whole humiliation, water hose. And throughout my years of marching and demonstrating in Washington, D.C., Birmingham, Alabama, Gulfport, Mississippi, and all over the country, I've never witnessed anything like what took place here in Miami. I've seen black men hung from trees where they used to call us strange fruit. I was in Mississippi behind where a black man would be hung from trees and nothing would be done about it, no investigation or anything. And this is the America that I was born in 54 years ago. But what I witnessed here in Miami surpassed anything. I never thought that I'd live the day to see an America where white people were beaten like that. All my life, I've seen us subjugated to the worst humiliations of any place on the planet. We talk about Beirut and we talk about Baghdad in Iraq. But what took place here was just as cruel, just as brutal, just as savage as anything that took place in Iraq. And it's a shame that we as American citizens have to live up to this. And I know all of you are good people, but you don't have the power. See, because this just wasn't a city of Miami a plan. Yes, it went through Alex Pinellas and went through the city of Miami, but we have to look at the federal government that sent the millions of dollars down for overtime. We have to look at the meetings that took place with Chief Timoney and others, including national security agencies. We have to look at the planning that came down from Washington, D.C. So, what do we have here? We have another fiasco from the Bush brothers. And I think that what we need to do as citizens, and what you need to do in writing your report, we need to take this to Washington, D.C. We need to take this to Tallahassee. Because Jeb Bush was in town, and the plan was this. We're going to make an example here in Miami, because we got Florida locked down. We got a governor that could steal an election. We got a city of Miami with Chief Timoney, who's similar. He should have been, born under the Nazi regime. I mean, he's a pure fascist. And I would also like to tell Chief Timoney, this is the United States of America. I'm not afraid of you, big boy. So, and so what I'm saying, that this is a national problem. The Congress needs to look at this, because this is a blueprint for what's going to take place here in the United States. We're coming up on a presidential election that's going to be as tumultuous as anything that we've ever seen in this country. It's going to be similar to 1865, before the Civil War in this country. We're coming up on something vicious in our country. And if we don't stop it now, people are not going to continue to be beaten and shot by rubber bullets. A police officer just demonstrates, and I had a video camera. He came and he took a Barry Bonds swing at my leg and hit me on the leg.
60 seconds, please.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that we have to stop this, because if we don't, this is going to spread through this country. This is just a prototype, what's taking place. But it's an abomination to be an American citizen, to say that we fighting terrorism all around the world, that we fighting dictatorships when the enemy is within. And I'm saying, put this where it belongs. Jeb Bush, G.W. Bush, this is their plan. They are the babies of it. They think they have Florida locked up, so let's prove them wrong. And in the reports you write up, you put the blame where it belongs.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Isaac Goldstein.
Thank you. Again, good afternoon. My name is Jack Fishke. I'm the Director of Inmate Programs here at the Allegheny County Jail. To our honored guests, to our families, to our friends, thank you for taking time out of your day and being with us this afternoon. This time I'd like to call upon Reverend Chris Glover for an invocation.
For those of you who are not watching others, if you could bow your heads. Personally, living in the same neighborhood, growing up, but I didn't know him. He's probably maybe a little bit older than me. But we got to know each other. We got to know each other. And so that's how I met him. And I was very excited about his project, and I thought later on I'd hear more about it. Still a little upset with Hop because he didn't tell me to dress up. But I get this email one day from Leo Casino. He says, I need some help. He said, I'm coming to Pittsburgh and I want to do some things in the city, some concerts. I want to share. I want to go over to the county jail and I want to do a program there. And I said, okay. I said, I'll help you. And so I contacted the warden and told him what I needed to do, and the rest is history.
Dr. Leo Casino.
I'd like to start off by saying I'm really honored. I guess I'm about as Pittsburgh as you can get, about as Pittsburgh as the Steelers. My mother was a prostitute and a heroin addict. She lived with a pimp. His name was Sonny Kearns. And Sonny was a little sick. You know, like I was 5 and 6 months old. You know, when I would cry as a baby, rather than, you know, giving me a bottle of milk, you know, Sonny would skin pop me with heroin. And I have a younger brother, and he had it worse than I did. You know, Sonny would, you know, sometimes he'd get mad, and he put his cigarettes out on his arms, and until the day I go to San Francisco and visit my brother, and I look at his arms, and he still has the cigarette burns on his arms.
First, I want to thank the graduation class. Today, y'all made history. Not only black history, but y'all made history. All right, I have a poem on behalf of Black History Month and celebration in the whole. It's called Black Rain.
And, I'm here to explain some of the class to you. I mean, we have like 5 different areas of our class.
We are blessed with the fact that we're having this graduation today. We have to fall on, in February, African American History Month.
At this time, I'd like to call upon Warden Ramon Rustin for some remarks. Warden?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Again, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everybody that's here today. The family and friends of the graduates, our distinguished guests, Dr. Leo Casino and Councilman Bill Robinson. I'm honored to have these special guests here today. It really reflects positively on Allegheny County Jail.
I'm Jack Pischke. I'm the inmate administrator here at the Allegheny County Jail. I've been with the Allegheny County Jail for 23 years now. I first started off, I had fathers, and so many years, sons, and now after 23 years, I'm into the third generation of grandchildren being here in the county jail. We offer a wide variety of programs in the Allegheny County Jail, rehabilitative programs, education, computer literacy, arts. Many of the inmates that we service in our education department, for some reason or another, did not take education seriously when they were out in the streets. And now, for whatever reasons, they've chose to attempt to get their GED while they're here. So much so that we have waiting lists of inmates trying to get into our GED program, our computer literacy programs. We've expanded to a night school where we have them coming down at night. One of the programs we're really proud of is an inmate tutoring program. It's inmates tutoring other inmates for their GED, mentoring them along. It's not something that you see normally in a correctional facility, inmates helping other inmates doing something positive. That program alone probably represents 50% of our GEDs from last year. And those inmates are maximum security inmates and inmates that may not feel comfortable in a traditional classroom setting. They feel more comfortable up on their housing pods being tutored one-on-one.
My name is Andre Evans, and I'm giving them permission to do this interview.
So what you want to do when you get out?
What I want to do when I get out?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm going to further my education in the field of sociology as well as creative arts. Yeah. You know, that's
So how long you been locked up?
Well, I've been locked up for a whole year. And during that time, I crystallized the forces that was always at work within me, the forces that I neglected in the past. You know, and sort of like I grew up.
You think you want to come back?
I'll come back to work. I don't want to come back in these. No, I look towards those mentors, and I look at their downfalls as well as their upsides, and I look back on the young kids, and I see the chances they have, and which informs me that I too have a chance as well. So I learned that everything that was taught to me, in turn, I teach to the younger ones.
So what was you doing? Heroin or what?
Actually, I was doing a little bit of both. I was selling drugs, you know, in the narcotics game, blowing up. I actually started using my own product. You know, I used my own product, heroin, cocaine. I was strung out, and I stopped from selling drugs to stealing. Was my source of, you know, gaining crack or heroin, whatever it was. I would go steal. Yeah, it's like I use all my skills in a negative sense. But see, now I've pruned all the negative skills that I had and balled them up and made it into a powerful, positive force.
You know, but you could do something with your life, man. So I'm going to see you here Friday. We're going to talk again, all right?
Sir.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Look up my nephew.
Yeah, this is the #2 police station. I remember when Martin Luther King was assassinated, I came here to make a complaint against a couple officers that were beating up an old lady right up the street here. And I went and opened up this door, and I filed the complaint, and I received a Rodney King-like beat.